YouTube? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. As always, thank y'all for watching. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK. We hear people crying about them, consistently crying about the KKK. The KKK this, and what about the KKK? Blacks are always crying about them. And the KKK, it was a terrible organization. And they basically lynched a lot of black people in the past in that Jim Crow South. They did some heinous things, and I think a lot of people are waking up to the fact that the KKK was actually part of the Democratic Party. Matter of fact, the Democrats were all about segregation and Jim Crow, and the KKK was the thug arm of the Democratic Party in the Jim Crow South. It's kind of like the black shirts of fascist Italy or the brown shirts of Nazi Germany. And again, nobody supports them people. Nobody's supporting them. Most white folks, those people don't really support the KKK. But the truth about the KKK is that everything we cry about them is based on the past. Everything that we hear about the KKK is based on what they did back in the past, back in the day. But the truth of the matter is that the KKK today is a shell of what they used to be. They're nothing compared to what they used to be and how the organization that they once were. So then why are so many blacks crying about them? Again, I always say, how can we cry about Nazis and white supremacists and the KKK and everything that they cry about the KKK from the past, we do to ourselves? You've heard that argument that there were something like 3,000 plus blacks who were lynched by the KKK in that 80-year time frame or something like that, or just lynched in general. Meanwhile, we do that to ourselves in about something like 8 months, 8 to 9 to 10 months. We do that to ourselves. So we ignore what we do to ourselves in less than a year, and we cry about what it took the KKK nearly over 80 years to do. Again, it just doesn't make any sense. And I know there'll be some blacks right there who will make some type of idiotic argument to justify that. It's stupid. And I dealt with them before. It's utterly pointless to be crying about white supremacists right now. White supremacists aren't stopping black people. It's not white supremacists that's killing and shooting blacks in our street. Again, it's niggas. Okay, it's not white supremacists or the KKK that's 13% of the population and responsible for damn near 52% of the murders, more than half the murders. That's not the KKK, that's us. And like I said, life of me, I just don't understand. As a person who operates from logic and reason, anybody who comes from a standpoint of logic and reason would agree with me, as opposed to those who come from a standpoint of blind rage emotion, where no facts are supported. They will keep coming up with ways why we should worry about the KKK. Again, as a black person in America, the least my worry is the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, if 93% of blacks in this country that care about the blacks, that means that we are, as blacks, we are something like 15 times more likely to, I would say more, I haven't did the numbers on that, but 93 divided by the rest of the 7, that's got to be what, at least 10 times. I would say 12 times more likely to be killed by a hand of another black person than all other means combined. Yet you want me to worry about irrelevant KKK? You want me to worry about Nazis? I mean, really? Now, if we see these Nazis start building concentration camps, and they start building railroads to those concentration camps, building the concentration camps near railroads, then we have cause for concern. Then I will worry about that. We see the KKK start to grow in numbers, become the group that they used to be, which they aren't. They're not even remotely close to that. And they're not even coming close to that. That's BS. I seriously doubt that the KKK will ever be there. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but I seriously doubt, with the mindset of people today, that the KKK would ever get that way, because most people just don't advocate that. But again, you want me to worry about that, the KKK, of something from the past, and ignore Again, what we do to ourselves in the present. No logic at all. No reason. And again, you show me these concentration camps, I'll be out there protesting with you, but they don't exist. The concentration camps are in the damn black community. And we worry about the damn Ku Klux Klan, and I'm worried about these New Nuts niggas, the NNN. That's my goddamn problem. But anyway, y'all, why are we crying about the goddamn KKK? They're an irrelevant group that's a shell of what they used to be. I'm not concerned about them. And really, truly, nobody, I'm not saying we shouldn't keep an eye on them, but we have bigger fish to fry. So. And as always, until next time.